Hi, my name is Melissa van Dijk and I'm a makeup artist, and in this video I'm going to share with you different ideas on how you can use the Ciao Venezia Eyeshadow Palette by Essence. This is only available online for around €6, and I also bought it from the Essence website, and they do include a little mirror with it, as well as just look at the color theme. Those are such amazing and beautiful eyeshadows that I wanted to share with you various looks. And I'm also going to use two shadows of the palette to use it as blush, and I came up with two everyday eye makeup looks, with a creative eye makeup look, as well as with an evening eye makeup look. And I'm going to show you already a sneak peek of what it will look like, and I'm also going to list the time of each eye makeup look down below in the description box, so that you can also go to your desired eye makeup look, which you also can recreate at home. Now I'm going to start off right away with the first application, which is the blush, and for that I'm also going to use the two pink shadows, which are shimmery shadows right here, and I'm going to use both of them, as well as using a blush brush where I'm going to dig into it just a tiny bit. Do not use too much, because then you will end up with two rosy cheeks, but if you're going to use it very subtle, then it can create such a beautiful blush application. And this can help you to warm up your face before you're getting started with the eye makeup look. And this is already the first tip that I wanted to share with you guys. So let's move on to the eye makeup looks. Now, starting off with the first eye makeup look, which is definitely very beginner friendly, as well as so simple, and it still will look gorgeous on you. And this is by going into this matte brown reddish tone right here, and it looks darker in the pan than it is if you're going to apply it. It is actually a very soft color, and I'm also going to apply it with a crease brush, focusing it only towards the outer corner and blending it a slightly bit towards the mid area. And so once you have applied it on the outer corner of your eye, then this is already the look. The only thing that's missing is a bit of mascara, and then you're ready to go by just applying one shadow, and it still will look gorgeous as a beautiful eye makeup look. Now let's move on to the next one. Now this eye makeup look is beginner friendly as well as beautiful as an everyday eye makeup look, and I'm going to stick with only one brush but use a few shadows for it. Starting off with the light beige, which is this one right here. It still is a matte shadow, which I'm going to apply with a blending brush from the lash line to the crease, and if you like to, you can also put it above the crease. Now if you're having the same skin tone than I am, then this shadow won't pop as much, but it still will give us a beautiful base before we are moving on to the next shadows. Now once you have applied this one all over the eyelid area, now we can start to add some color, which is actually visible on the eyelid area, and start blending it using also the blending brush. Now for this I'm also going to dig into the light brown shade, which is this one right here. It has a little bit of a shimmer in it, which will help us to blend, as well as the darker brown shadow, so that we can add a little bit more depth to it. Now I'm going to focus this shadow on the main lid area, like the center of the main lid area, that this part right here will be the darkest. Now, because we added a little bit of depth to the center of the eyelid area, it still can look very gorgeous. And the main reason why I've used the darker matte shadow mixed with the light brown shimmery shadow is because then blending is much easier, as if you would go with an only like matte shadow, which you can do, that's totally fine, but the blending might be a little bit trickier, and if you're using a little bit too much, then it also is difficult to reduce the amount of product again. So if you're going to mix matte with shimmer together, it always will look flawless, as the shimmer will reflect over the eyelid area and you really won't see any harsh lines. And it still can make your eyes look a little bit more rounded because the main focus is on the center. Now, with that being said, this is already the second eye makeup look that I wanted to share with you guys. Of course, if you like to add mascara. Otherwise, let's move on to the next one. Now for this eye makeup look, I'm going to dig into some color, which I can't resist, but I have to use it like on the main lid area, that this is the focus color because this is such a beautiful shade. And I'm talking about the blue one in the palette, which is a beautiful shimmery one. And you can also use it in combination with other tones so that you can do your own style with it. But I wanted to use it on my main lid area so that it stands out on purpose. And so I'm going to use my finger at first to apply it on the mid lid area as well as in an outer corner, and then later on using the brush to help me blend any edges. Now just look at this stunning blue shimmer shadow. This is such a gorgeous shadow that it will talk for itself just by using it on the main lid area. And now I'm also going to use the blending brush, which will help me to soften the edges, and that I also can blend it a bit higher so that it's also visible once I'm having my eyes open, so that you still will see this gorgeous shade. And so now to add a little bit of color towards the inner corner, I'm also going to use the light rosy shadow on my pinky and pressing it towards the inner corner, as well as blending it into the blue, like just a tiny bit. And so this is already the more creative eye makeup look, which you basically can also wear on an everyday base if you like to get a little bit more attention to your eyes. But you also can use it for like fun, like just having fun with some colors. And this is also totally up to you. If you want to step out of your comfort zone from the browns, then this is also a good way how you can improve it. Now, with that being said, let's move on to the last eye makeup look. Now the last eye makeup look is a beautiful evening eye makeup look, as we're going to keep it a little bit more towards the darker shadows as well as sticking with the shimmers. And so I'm going to start off with using the dark brown shadow, which is still a shimmery one, on a flat eyeshadow brush and start blending it towards the inner part of the upper eyelid area. And so now for the next color, I'm going to dig into the dark purple shimmery shade as well as using a flat eyeshadow brush and blending it into the brown as well as a little bit more towards the outer part. But still keep in mind that you should have a little bit of a clear area where we are going to apply the last shade later on. And so now for the next step, I'm also going to use a crease brush because I'm going to focus it towards the outer corner as well as using my finger. And with the crease brush you have a little bit more control, but if you like to, and you can also apply without a problem your eyeshadow with a flat eyeshadow brush or only use your finger, that's totally fine too. But I'm also going to stick with a lighter shadow at the outer corner, which is this pinkish tone right here that we used earlier for the blush application, and we're going to blend it into the purple. And so once all three colors are on, then this is also a beautiful evening eye makeup look which you can create with the Essence Ciao Venezia eyeshadow palette. And those are beautifully shimmery shadows, but there's one thing that I have to mention, that they do also have quite a bit of fallout. You either can do your eyes first and then the rest of your makeup, or you can also clean up any fallout and just clean it up with a bit of concealer as well, so that you have also clean under eyes. Now with that being said, this is already the video. Those are the looks that I wanted to share with you. I hope that you enjoyed the video. If you did so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also share it, as this is an independent channel, which means that I'm buying the products with my own money. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon in the next one. Bye!